Hey there, it is Wednesday, which means it's Write It Out Wednesday. It is the last Wednesday of June. It is the end of the second quarter. There's a lot going on. This Wednesday is holding out a lot, okay? Well, anyway, I'm Valerie McDowell, your writer, editor, author, book coach, and consultant. And I work with writing and time challenge clients, helping them get their stories told and their books published. And for those that don't know me, I've been working with writing challenge people for probably 40 some years, starting when I was a kid, and helping people to write stories and poems, resumes, all kinds of things. So 40 plus years later, I'm at it again, helping you get those books published, those stories that you have been telling yourself that you have wanted to write. And since 2019, I have helped over 21 authors go from idea to publish. So tonight, I have a great topic tonight. It was something that working with one of my partners, we came up with, and it's just really a good idea. And it made me think about some other things. And so tonight's topic is really going to stretch you. So if you haven't been stretched this week, get ready to be stretched, because this topic is definitely going to stretch you. And it's entitled, How Not Finishing Your Book Can Negatively Impact You. How not finishing your book can negatively impact you. So take a deep breath. Okay, because of course, most people I work with, they intend, and they indeed get published when they work with me. But sometimes, for various reasons, your book journey may cause you some unexpected delays that could result in you not getting published. So the thing is, every now and then there's a real legitimate reason why, we don't get to publish. But for the most part, the majority of the people I work with, like 99.9%, so we just got 0.01 who don't get there. So we get to publish. But the thing is, it's something about not finishing that does something internally, and actually it bothers you, because our heart, our mind, our soul wants to be done with something. And, because the thing is, when we're actually done with something, then we don't think about it anymore. I mean, think about if you've done the laundry, you're not thinking about the laundry. But if you haven't done the laundry, you're thinking about the laundry, and that's the same with pretty much everything that goes on in your life, and especially a book. Because when I've done my online course, when I've done webinars, and I ask people, how long have you said you wanted to write a book? I mean, I get 5 years, 10 years, 25, 40, OMG. People say that they've been trying to write a book for a long time. But the thing is, when you finish something, like getting your closet organized, donating clothes, cleaning out the shed or garage. Hey, Stephanie, good to see you. Or even taking that trip that you said you wanted to do. Those things, there's a release in you because you did it. Because that thing you said you were going to do, you did it. You accomplished it. That thing you wrote down, that thing you said, that thing you told everybody, you did it. And the thing is, once you complete something, like I said, it's no longer taking up important space in your head. However, it's the things that you don't finish, like I said, that stay with you. They prompt you, they remind you, they nudge you, they generally irritate you until you get it done. And it's really because your mind, like I said, your mind wants to accomplish those things that you spoke about doing. Because it records what you say. That's why it's important what you say out of your mouth, what you think about, what you allow yourself to be around, because that's the world you're created. I read a statement that said that, we start off looking like our parents, but we end up looking like our decisions. And those decisions are based on what you're saying, what you're doing, how you're responding to situations that occur in your life. And so, like I was saying, so it's your mind really wants you to accomplish that thing, because it won't let it go. It's going to keep waking you up and reminding you. And in fact, unless you tell it a good reason why it can't be done, it will be like that pebble in your shoe that you can't find no matter how many times you take off your shoe and shake it out. That's what not finishing something feels like. So, of course, as your book coach, I definitely have had to learn some new strategies, platforms, and a host of new things as I, too, work towards my goals. I've got a lot more diverse clients, whether it's in age, where they're located, their style of writing, even their storylines. Like, I'm dealing with lots of people across different genres even. And I have to bring the whole machine of what I've experienced in my life to help decipher some of these stories. So I'm glad I have an arts background. I'm glad I have a corporate background. I'm glad I have a nonprofit background. I'm glad I have a ministry background. I'm glad I have a community development background, because all of these things are needed when I'm working with my clients. So I'm so glad that, that God put all those interests in me, because they are definitely being used now. But in addition to that, what I've learned is that, that learning these things and employing these things in my work makes me a better business owner and a book coach. And because it helps me create the systems that I need to grow. I mean, because going back just to 2019, I never thought about helping people write books. I mean, I wrote my own books. I was thinking about those because particularly one I hadn't finished. But since that time, of all the people that I've supported since 2019, I have helped 35 people. So in addition to 21 books getting published, I have people that have taken my online course. So they've learned how to write a book and get it published themselves. And then I'm also working with some of the people who took my online course, and we're also going to edit, together. And so, but I never thought about any of that. Those were not things, But now that they're in the pipeline, it's like, I don't forget. It's like, okay, whose book what book are we on? Where are we in the process? Have we got the cover done? Have we got later? So all of these things, it won't let me rest because it wants to finish. But the thing is, just like I had to have a strategy, I'm not going to leave you without one, okay? Because even for me, there's a list of things, like I said, that won't let me go. So when it comes to the work that we have to do, it's not going to let you go, y'all. It is not going to let you go. So tonight, I want you to write this down. I want you to share this video. I want you to let your friends know that not getting things done will impact you negatively, okay? Just like that laundry I said at the beginning, that it's going to keep calling your name until you put it in there. So will your book. Things that you don't get done are continually going to call out to you like, hello, I'm here. I'm waiting for you. So here are my 5 ways, and there could be 100, but I'm gonna give you 5 ways because I don't want to hold you that long. But I'm gonna give you 5 ways to get finished with your book and pretty much anything else. Okay, so number 1, fall in love with execution. Okay, fall in love with execution. What does that mean? It means don't just be a hearer or even a talker. Because like I was saying, people have been talking about writing a book for a long time. Don't just be that person. Get it done. Because I did a live about this, but when we first get started, we're like, oh my God, this is the best idea ever. This is so excited. I can't believe we're going to write my book. And then it's like, okay, this is going to be fun. I can't wait. All the ideas are coming. Boom, 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 boom. You're just rolling. And then it's like, oh God, what am I doing? Like dread, like, oh God, fear. It's like, procrastination. Woo, and then I have no idea what I'm doing phase. Like all of this stuff starts kicking out. And then you're like in this valley of despair, like, why did I say why did I even start on this journey? I don't know what I'm on. All of that happens. And I'm sorry, I was in drama like 20 years. So the actor in me comes out, but we go through all that and then we get stuck and then we call it a day and we're like, okay, let's just wrap this up, until you finally get to, because I'm going to push you as your book coach. Cause we're like, okay, have your moment. Okay. You done? Okay. Cause we're going to get to what you are proud of. I just hit the button on publish for one of my clients and she's just like, because it's going to be done. She won't have to think about writing her first book ever again because we're now published. We're just going through a 72-hour process and you're going to be able to buy her book, okay? Because she is completing something and she didn't want to let this go on. And she's someone else. She's been thinking about this for a while. So number 1, fall in love with execution. You have to execute. You have to actually do something for it to get done. And in order for it to get done, sometimes you have to do number 2, which is write it down. Okay, write it down. I am a firm believer. I'm a writer. Okay, I got to write it down. So write it down. And I remember this minister years ago was like a sharp pencil or a pen. And now we need to add, a phone or a laptop. Will recall much longer what you need to remember than your memory. Especially as you get older. I mean, some of us are getting older. We're getting better too, but we're getting older. So writing things down is going to help you so much more than just trying to keep track of it in your head, okay? So write it down. So that's two, okay? Two solutions. Fall in love with execution. Number two, write it down. Number three, okay? Focus on your actions, not the results, okay? We want the results, but focus on what did you do? Okay, what three things can you do towards that goal today? It's like, we're going to get to publish with your book, but do you have your testimonials? Is your author bio done? Were you putting any pictures in there? Okay, so those three things, it's like those are things you can get done before we get to publish, which we'll need to get to publish. So what three things can you do? You know, that's something that even I have to work on. It's like, because I'll have 50 things. I got to do this and this and this and this. And because I'm juggling a couple things right now in my life, it seems that nothing sometimes can get done because you start a lot of things, but you don't finish any of them. So the key is not to start a lot of things, but to start one or two things, or even just start with one. For some people, one thing is enough for you to do a day. Okay, one thing. So get that done and then go to the next one. Because when we have all of these balls in the air juggling, eventually a ball is going to fall and then all of them are going to fall. So do the one thing so you can do the next thing, so you can do the next thing, and you can just check that you've done, okay? So focus on actions, not results. Because if you focus on, I got to get this book done. I got to get this book done. Okay, you got to get the book done. But what do you need in order for the book to get to done? Okay, what steps, like I just said. So did you write it? Can you write a paragraph today? Can you write a chapter today? You know, if you don't do any of those things, you're not going to get to done. So do the actions that will get you to the execution. Okay, that's number three. Number four, be consistent. Okay, that's another big one. Be consistent, because the biggest obstacle to like losing weight, eating correctly, you know, doing whatever you need to do, writing a book, is the consistency. If you're not writing every day, if you're not eating the right foods or working out every day, then your results are going to be up and down. That's why you can't focus on the results. But if every day you're like, you know what, this is what I need for my body to be strong. Okay, this is what I need for my book to get written. If you just be consistent, like every day, because you're going to have the obstacles, you're going to have the distractions. You know that every time you say you're going to fast, it is the day that donuts are delivered. You know, and being homebound right now, you know, it's somebody's shipping you something in the mail the day you say, I'm going to fast for the next 3 days. You know what's going to happen. So you need to be consistent, because you can put that in the freezer till later. But be consistent, okay? Be consistent. And then number five, learn from your setbacks, okay? So just what I was just saying, it's like things are going to come, distractions, obstacles, hindrances, life is going to happen. It's like, you know, last week it was like, okay, what's wrong with my car? Okay, and then it was like, what's wrong with my AC? My AC's not working. I had to buy a whole new unit. Wasn't planning that, but it's 99 degrees today. So I'm glad I went ahead and did it, because you got to do what you got to do. But you still have to learn, what do I need to do? Because it was like, the thing I actually learned was the warranty people weren't going to fix my AC. You know, they were just going to keep changing parts until the thing completes. So I was like, you know what? It's time. Let me go ahead and take care of this. And I'm good for 20 years now. Okay? One thing we don't have to worry about for the next 20 years. Isn't that a good thing? It's just like when you write your book, that's one book you don't have to worry about writing ever again, because you wrote it, okay? You can revise it, but you wrote the book, okay? So learn from your setbacks, okay? You know, you don't want to keep going to school, you know, or rather, what did I write here? Learn from your setbacks, because we are all in school until that final bell rings, if you know what I mean. So learn what you need to, so you don't have to repeat class, okay? You don't want to keep repeating that class. You know those kids that get left back. It's like, what are you 18 in the 5th? Like, no, none of that. You don't fit in the desk anymore. We have to graduate, move to the next level, you know? Because you may not get that kind, patient, helpful, good teacher next time. You might get the one with the whip that'd be like, okay. Or they may be like, I got mine, you gonna get yours. You don't want that teacher. You want the one that's gonna support you and help you, you know, like your book coach, to help you get across the finish line and toil with you and say, you know what, we're gonna do this. Because that's what the coach says. The coach sees the goal and helps you take the steps to get there. Okay, because one of my favorite movies is Matilda. I know it's like a kid movie, but that's a funny movie. That, yeah, if you haven't seen Matilda, but you don't want to teach her like Trunchbull. Okay, that's not the, you want Miss Honey. You want her to be your teacher, not Trunchbull, because then that way, you know, that means you had to repeat the class several times. So we get rid of that. So anyway, those are my 5 strategies for how to get to finish. Okay, so just quickly, we're going to go back over them. So number 1, fall in love with execution. Okay, don't just be a hearer or talker, be a doer. Okay, number 2, write it down. Write down the steps that you need to get to where you're going, okay? I mean, and don't make 500 steps or 75 or 55. You know, 1, 2, 3. Get those done and then you can add to the list, okay? Number 3, okay, focus on actions, not results, okay? Stop looking so far ahead that you can't focus on what you're doing right now, because you'll get there, because every step you take towards the goal will get you closer to it. Because the thing is, you are closer than you were yesterday if you wrote a chapter. Okay, you didn't have that chapter done yesterday, but you wrote it today. So you're closer to the end than you were yesterday, okay? So focus on your actions, focus on the things that you can do so that you get to completion. Okay. And then number 4, be consistent. Okay. Doing the thing every day until it becomes the habit that you want to replace the not getting things done habit. Okay. So when you do the thing consistently that you need to do, it becomes a habit to replace the not doing things consistently that you already are doing. Okay, I hope you got that, right? We get rid of the habit of not getting things done to replace it with the habit of execution, okay? And then finally, number 5, learn from your setbacks, okay? The thing is, we all have setbacks. There's always going to be something that's going to throw you off, that's going to, you know, alter some things. But it's like, don't focus on that. Learn from it. It's like, okay, what do I need to do differently so I don't have to repeat this? What steps do I need to take so I'm not dealing with this situation again? I mean, it's like, whether it's in dating, eating the wrong food, like, oh God, I'm never going to eat that again at night, or period. Or, yeah, I knew when I was dating that person that it was like not what I need. Okay. So whatever it is, just don't go back down. Learn the lesson so you don't have to go back to school with Trunchbull. Okay. Hey, Brenda, good to see you. So whatever it is you need to do, those are the 5 strategies, okay? Because I want you to get to finish. Because the thing is, I don't want you going through life with having that pebble in your shoe because you didn't finish something. Because it's going to keep nagging you and bothering you until you get done. But once you get done, oh, happy day, right? Oh, happy day, because you're going to get to finished. Okay. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. You know, push some likes down there. Please share it, you know, because there's some other people who have been talking about getting their books done and they haven't gotten it done yet. So let's make a commitment as we go into the 3rd quarter of this year, tomorrow, July 1st. In fact, you can start tonight. It's not over. It's only 7 something. So we still got some time in June 30th, 2021 to get some things done. If you need to write a paragraph, a page, a chapter, go ahead and do that. Okay. Go ahead and do what you can do. Write it down, you know, focus on what you can do. What was it? Learn actions instead of results. Okay. You know, what can you do now? Okay. What one thing? Do one thing before you go to bed tonight. How about that? Do one thing before you go to bed tonight and let me know. All right. Post it in the comments, put it on the page. Let me know what you got done, because we're going to get you to finish. Okay. I want to see the end at the end of your book. All right. So until next week, I'll see you next week. It's the first Wednesday. So I'm usually on 1st and 3rd, but you got a bonus on this 5th Wednesday of the month. So I'm going to see you next week, 7 p.m. Book Coach Accelerator. I'll see you there. All right. Take care.